I'm going to ask now, on behalf of the Chancellor and Peralta Community College and my co-laborer as we move this program, Adina Black, we want to ask that you would have our host pastor, Pastor Sylvester Rutledge, and he's going to be praying for us. But after 55 plus years, he just put his wife to rest just this last week. And so as he comes and prays for you, I ask that you would lift him up in prayer. Because after 55 years plus and 14 kids.
And to this great congregation this morning, it is good to be alive. Y'all like y'all like y'all ain't happy in being alive. It is good to be alive. And we want to thank the school, and the graduates, the educators, and the educated to be able once again to come to church. Well, I know y'all gonna go to church tomorrow somewhere, even if you had to have church at home. Amen. Let us stand in reference to our Creator. And if there's somebody here who don't know that there is a creator, I just want you to go outside and look up. St. Paul says there is no excuse for anyone to know that there is a God. So let us bow. All wise and all merciful God, the giver and the sustainer of life, we thank you for all that you have done in the midnight hour, through doubt and tears. We thank you that you have given hope to some for a second chance. And now we also ask and thank you for the parents who have sacrificed and encouraged their children to keep marching until the end. Then we thank you for wives who are putting husbands through. We thank you for husbands who are putting their wives through. And then we pray that when our dreams turn to nightmares, that you would give us the hope and the strength to stand again. We pray for the motherland. We pray for our country. And we pray for our leaders. And we thank you for bringing the home, the church, the community together. And then help us to stand together to give hope to those who will be left after we're gone. Pray for the teachers. Pray that the system give everybody an equal chance. And then, Lord, when it's all over, let us know that you're the one who chooses and not us. And you said in your word that you would take out our stony hearts and put in a heart of flesh. Then you would put your spirit into our bodies. And we pray that faith, hope, and love will take us into eternity. But while we are here, we thank you for the twins of goodness and mercy that shall follow us all the days of our lives. And we'll give you all the honor and praise in the name of our God and Christ. And the people said,
our next person, who's always done an excellent job to mark the occasion, I'd like to bring her up at this time. She's a colleague from Merritt College, Dr. Seri Brown.
All right. 2017 is looking like a really good year, isn't it? You are graduating. You have accomplished a major goal. You are moving forward in a new direction. You should be grateful and thankful and proud of yourselves as we are of you today. Today, my job is to talk about the occasion today. Why are we here? Why do we do this? Why do we have an African American and African graduation? We do this because it stands in our tradition. To honor our culture, to honor our God, to honor our ancestors, to lift up our family, to think about the future, to think about our children. We're here today because in our tradition here, since they dragged us here on slave ships and brought us to this land, we have held together tight as a unit. Don't let yourselves be fooled. We are still a strong Black community, a strong African American community. Despite the fact that the news doesn't cover it, they're not here today, they're going to show you something negative that's going on in our community. But we know the truth. We know that our people are a resilient people, a spiritual people, a godly people, a cultural people. And we know that deep inside of us is a strength that resonates beyond ourselves, and we pull on that and we draw on that so that we can get through the hard times. We are grateful to God. We are grateful to our ancestors. We are grateful to the motherland, Mama Africa, whom which all civilization, all humanity, all history comes from. Some of you are the first in your family to graduate from college, and I'm so grateful that you have done that. You've set a model for your nieces and nephews, your children, your grandparents, your aunties, your uncle. You've set a model. But being first is not new to us. We were the first on the planet, the first to build the pyramids, the first to invent mathematics, the first to lay down history, the first to engage in scientific knowledge, the first philosophers, artists, dancers, business owners. Do you know your history and where you come from? If you are African, you stand on mighty shoulders and you should walk around proud with your breast out. If you know your history, you have no reason to feel shame. You have no reason to stop on your path because our people have been through treacherous times and they survived. Think back 4 or 5 generations and your great-great-grandfather, your great-great-grandmother was enslaved on a plantation, and we would think to ourselves, how did they make it through that? God, family. And guess what, y'all? They believed that this day would come for you, that you could get an education, that you could pull yourself into the direction that you choose to pull yourself into. They didn't live just in today and get marred down by that. They thought into the future. And they're present. Our ancestors are present, and they're proud, and they're watching you. So today's occasion is based off of our history and culture. It's based off of who we are. And for a moment, I want to just give you a few moments to think about whose shoulders you stand on. Who helped you get to this moment? Was it family? Was it friends? Was it a partner? Who was it? Was it a stranger? Was it someone in the counseling office? Was it someone in financial aid? Was it one of your teachers? Who helped you get to this moment? Take a moment and think about that for a moment. We owe a great deal of thanks to those who helped us get here in the moment. Many of those people supported you without you even knowing that they supported you. The people on the stage supported you, and you don't even necessarily know who they are. Teachers and counselors, and guess who else helped you get to this moment? The people that were haters in your life. Yeah, thank you, haters. Thank you. Line up, because I'm moving forward. There were people that told you you couldn't do it, but you still did it. There were people that said, come on, let's go this way, and you said, no, I'm going to stay that way. And you made it. 2017 is a good year. In spite of the federal government, in spite of the challenges we have in our community, you made it, you're fighting through. Congratulations, the class of 2017. You deserve a great round of applause. We're proud of you.
You can tell that she's a historian, right? All right, next up, I'd like to bring our leader of the...
I'm tired already. We have a car that's going to get towed. Now, you know you parked in somebody's driveway. All right, if you got a GMC truck, the lady wants out. So she says, move it now or it will be towed. GMC license plate is white. Don't tell nobody.
Okay, well, at least we got the person, huh? Next, I'd like to bring the Peralta Community College District's leader to bring greetings and to introduce our governing board and our college presidents. Please welcome Dr. Joel Laguerre.
We are so smart. I mean, he knew that was him, and before we could say anything, he was out of the door. It was so great. I want to recognize our trustees who are with us. First, please, actually, if I say hold applause, you probably will not do that. Let's just do one clap for them, right? Just like this. All right. Okay, Vice President of the Board, the Honorable Meredith Brown, Trustee Linda Hendy, Trustee Karen Weinstein. I also would like to recognize our president, Dr. Rowena Tomeneng, Dr. Timothy Karras, Dr. Marie Ellen Burns, and President Tamil Gilkerson. Okay, thank you very much. So, a lot of times, just want to share a few words with our graduates. A lot of times, people will ask me, how could I be just like Judge Trina Thompson? How could I be just like Dr. Seri Brown? How could I be just like Attorney John Burris? How could I be like Mayor Willie Brown? How could I be like President Barack Obama or Michelle Obama? How could I be Chancellor of Peralta Community College? Well, I want to share one thing with you. What all of those people have in common is that they have defying the odds. So, for you who are here today, somebody said to you, your mama and your papa didn't go to college, therefore, who are you to think that you can go to college? So, you have defied that ad. Somebody said, if you go, you'll be the first one in your family to go to college. You have said, yep, I can meet that challenge. Somebody threw racist things at you. They said, you black. They throw your way all kinds of discouragement. Yet, you have beaten the odds, and you are here today. Somebody probably told you that, well, you are learning disabled and there's no way that you can make it. You're a teenage parent, therefore you cannot make it. You got involved in some bad relationships, therefore you cannot make it. You're incarcerated. Therefore, there is no way. Your life is over. You cannot make it. You are a foster youth. You are living with strangers. So there's no way you can make it. And you are homeless. And there is no way that you can make it. However, you have proven a lot of people wrong. You have challenged yourself. You have fought the odds. And you have won because you are here today. As you continue, you're going to transfer to your favorite four-year university. You're going to get this wonderful job so that you can repay those people you borrow money from. You're going to do a lot of things to improve your life. There will be doubts. There will be times when you're going to say, is that really me? Did it really happen to me? And if you're not careful, you can regress. I have to tell you, last night I was passing by the Coliseum, and the Oakland A's had just finished doing their thing, and there were fireworks, and my cousin was in the back of the car. He just came from Haiti, and I was telling him, you see that thing there, they're trying to put it on one of our college campuses, and then they're getting me involved in that big thing. If only they knew that I'm just a little boy from St. George. I'm not that. So I regressed to think that I am a little guy. There's no way that I can be dealing with those things. So that kind of doubt will come to your mind. But what I want you to remember is that you have defied odds before, and you should defy odds again and again. To you, young people, you are young. Anyone who's graduating is young. To you, young people, you are the accomplishment of the civil rights. You are the symbol, the realism of the civil rights movement. You are the ones who amplified Brown versus Topeka Board of Education with segregation and all of that. You are the proof that the fights that went on before, that they were worth it. Again, when you leave Peralta, when you leave BCC, you leave College of Alameda, you leave Laney, you leave Merritt, you're going to need that same kind of strength because you have it in you. You need to continue to be the embodiment of the civil rights movement. Everything that you do, you are fighting a new fight. Every victory that you have, whether it is to wake up and have the courage to go to class even though you are homeless, whether it is the courage that you had to go to class even though you are hungry, the courage you had to go back to class even though you know that teacher really, for whatever reason, didn't like you. You need that same courage to continue on. And we're counting on you. We're counting on your making Peralta and your college very proud. So I am very proud of you. Congratulations on your achievement.
All right, I at least thought our chancellor would identify our college presidents by college. So I'm going to take a minute just to do so, to recognize them. Berkeley City College president, and please forgive me if I mispronounce some names. Dr. Rowena Tomnane. Would you please stand? College of Alameda president, Dr. Timothy Harris. From Laney College, Tamil Gilkerson. And from Merritt College, Dr. Marie Elaine Burns. You may be seated. Not unless did you want to say something? No? Okay, all right. Moving right along. Next up, each year, we bestow what we call our Pioneer Award to individuals that have played a significant role in the district to perpetuate African American students. I don't know how many know that we are the oldest chapter in a national organization that's the first affiliate of the American Association of Community Colleges. Our chapter, the Peralta Association of African American Affairs, yearly give out scholarship awards to African American students. Are any of those award recipients for the 2017 year here? If so, please stand. Excellent. 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 We give out two awards per college, and the reception was, I think, 2 weeks ago. I was the mistress of ceremony on behalf of our president, Dr. Herbert Kitchen, since he had administrative duties in the southern part of the state with a group of students from Merritt College. So I just simply wanted to recognize those scholarship winners that were here. Next year, we'll make sure that those names are in this program. But going back, Peralta Association of African American Affairs is an offshoot of the Western Regional Council of Black American Affairs, and that is a subset of the National Council of Black American Affairs. And to be quick about it, we had prior administrators that played a key role in the organization and the founding of that national organization. Dr. Donna Godbow, Odell Johnson, George Herring, and I'm leaving someone out. Desi Woods Jones, Percy Young. So at any rate, it's a lot of history that's here in this district, in this area of the country. And we've played a very strong role in the support and continuous advancement of African American students, of African American faculty, administrators, and staff. And for that, we like to recognize the doers that work behind the scenes on behalf of our students and staff. So the first awardee recipient, since once again I was drafted and did not know it, we want to honor an industry person who, while I was seating as Vice President of Instruction for Merritt College, had someone phone me up one evening while I was working at the college to find out if Merritt College would be interested in a scholarship endowment for computer science students. And I said, yeah, for sure. I mean, we're not going to refuse that, you know. But I was also at the same time quick enough to say, but would they be interested in helping us reshape, revamp, and develop new curriculum for computer science in order to have students in the pipeline to distribute the scholarship? So to make a long story short, this individual said yes, and that's how we started building back the computer science department at Merritt College, but more specifically, we developed in concert not only with him, who's being awarded today, but another one of his counterparts, the cybersecurity program at Merritt College. So for that, I don't want to read his background. You can see it, it's in the program, but he's a Midwesterner, as I. He comes from a noted institution in the Midwest, which was a rival of the state of Illinois, the Buckeyes. But it's one of the largest computer science engineering departments in the country, and I'm sure will say a few words on their behalf, but he comes from a large family, if I remember correctly, quite a number, who served in various different arms of service. And he resides out here. We work for a private industry company. He had a much higher level, of course, and we didn't know each other at the time, Big Blue, IBM, and went on to other things as well to found his own company, and he's constantly giving back. Right now, he's a part of the Computer Information Systems Educational Fund, and those are the partners that help team teach the classes up at Merritt College. They've also endowed the program with additional dollars to implement it. So without further ado, and going on, I'd like to bring up Mr. Jim Cates for his award. On behalf of the Peralta Community College District, the Committee for the African American Affairs graduation ceremony, and also the Peralta Association of African American Affairs, in grateful appreciation to James E. Cates for your dedication and contributions to the success of Peralta College's students, faculty, and staff, we'd like to bestow on you this honor.
Good morning. Can you hear me now? Right. So I was listening to the gentleman who was going back in history. And so one of the things I wanted to ask, how many of you are familiar with Fannie Lou Hamer? Right. Fannie Lou Hamer. One of those shoulders, right, that we're all standing on. So when I was about 21 years old, I'm a product of the civil rights movement. And I was about 21 years old, I was going to an engineering school, and at that time I was the only black engineer in this entire school. Matter of fact, they told me I was the only second black engineer in 100 years. And thank you. And the only reason I'm bringing that up, I mean, I have a long background, I won't tell you that, but at 21, when I was graduating, our chaplain went to school with Dr. Martin Luther King. And he had invited Dr. Martin Luther King to come to this little Midwestern college every year, I guess 66 and 67. And Martin had to go on a march or something, he couldn't come. So every year he couldn't come, he would send someone from the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, which I'm sure you're all aware of. So in 66, he sent a gentleman named C.T. Vivian, who was a outstanding speaker and a very strong speaker. Now, this is a Midwest white college, and so you have this really strong black speaker. Wasn't a friendly environment. And so he stood his own. Now, when Fannie Lou Hamer came, she was kind of a short, stout, dark woman, fiery eyes. She wasn't well educated, and so when she would start speaking, sometimes you would get, hung up on the words, but as you listen to the story, it was a very powerful story. I mean, any of you who know her background know that this woman went through a lot. She was the first black to vote in Mississippi, and it took her years to do that. I spent the afternoon with her, and she told me a lot about the shoulders that people stood on. And at that time, I was feeling kind of sorry for myself in this environment, and I was thinking about quitting. So she sit me down, and she took my hands and looked in my eyes, and she says, "Young man, let me tell you a story." And she told me the stories about what she had seen, people she had seen die, the price she had paid. But at the end of that, the one thing she said that I remembered all my life was, "You haven't earned the right to quit." And the reason I'm saying that is that as you go forth in life, you're going to run into a lot of challenges. I certainly did, right, coming from the civil rights background. And there was a lot of times when I was upset and thought life wasn't fair, but I would always remember that, the price she paid, when she would say, of all the blood and difficulties that the historical shoulders that you're all standing on, this didn't happen by accident. And then I would, stand up and go forth and do battle. The reason I'm here in Oakland and this group of individuals that I've brought here is for that same reason. I would like to work with Oakland and the school district, as we're doing, to build the best computer science department in the United States and maybe the world. We have the people to do that. We have amassed a group of about 50 people. A lot of them used to work for me. They're the best cybersecurity people in the world. This is Silicon Valley. We have endowed, the chancellor and the professors are working with us. These courses are team taught. Our teams have competed in the cyber defense games run by the nation. They've placed second the first year. This year they placed number 4. We had an all-female team. They placed 4 out of 135 colleges across the nation. Now what we need is more students. And so all of the individuals that you know, tell them to come to Merritt. Everybody in Peralta, check out our program. Second to none. It's kind of like we've built it, and now you need to come. Thank you for this award. Help this team accomplish what hasn't been accomplished. Merritt could become the location in the United States, so when companies want cybersecurity, and they're going to want it, every time you hear a company going down, that means they need a cybersecurity person. As of yesterday at Oracle, we just negotiated a deal where if I can find a student, they will give an ambassador internship, paying them $8,000 a month. So there's lots of money in this opportunity. So I need you to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. And he's for real. We met yesterday afternoon, so it's a golden opportunity. I hope the word is passed throughout the district about the opportunity, not only for that in the ambassador internship with Facebook, but also the $2,500 annual scholarship. We need applicants for that as well. Thanks so much, Jim. All right, our next award recipient. It's an honor for me to present this award. Classified support staff are not always recognized, and they should be. They keep things moving in this district. They have the back of administrators, of faculty, and students. They do a lot that's not always recognized. This particular individual has worked tirelessly for the district and for the Peralta Association of African American Affairs. She's one of the main movers and shakers for the Black History Month buffet down at the district. She sets up our tables each and every year for our PA scholarship recipients. She tallies the faculty student evaluations for the district. She just does a lot, on and on, that a lot of people don't know about. So as a committee, when we discussed who should we recognize, her name came up, and it was unanimous that she should be bestowed one of our Pioneer Awards. Ann Childress, would you like to step forward, please, and receive your award? Presented to Ann Childress in recognition of your contributions and dedicated service to the success of Peralta College's faculty, staff, and students. We'd like to bestow upon you, the African American Graduation Pioneer Award recipient for 2017. Would you like to say a few words?
Can everybody hear me? I'm speechless. And I'm honored. And I'm so thankful. I tried to say I wasn't going to do this. But I want to thank the committee and everyone that voted for me. And I want to just reach out to all the graduates. You don't know how honored I feel to stand in front of you. Because what I do it for you. And I congratulate you on every dream. But I want you to know one thing. When you walk with faith. Okay? You keep your faith at all times. And you don't let nobody steal your joy. Okay? And you know what you're going to go out to succeed, to make yourself successful. And you don't let nobody turn you around. Because I'm going to tell you, that devil, he's always busy. And God is the one that's going to keep holding you on. So thank you. I love you all. And again, congratulations, 2017.
Dr. Van Hook?
Thank you. Let's give another round of applause to our guests. Now listen, for those of you in the back there that's behind the wall, I can hear y'all way up here. So if you're going to talk, go outside. All right? If not, we're going to close the curtains. I'm asking you all to go upstairs or be quiet. We can hear you all up here. Number two, Mr. Cates, I wouldn't let you out of here even if I didn't have a degree in security. If you're giving $8,000 a month away, listen, y'all, don't let him out of here without somebody getting a commitment for a job or money or something, because you all have worked too hard. So let's give these round of applause to our honorees. All right. Now, I'm a clock watcher, and we behind schedule. Are y'all listening? So I need, the president has, the chancellor has told me that Trustee Brown will speak for the trustees. So, ladies and gentlemen, Trustee Brown.
Good afternoon. I'll make this very, very brief because the clock watcher has already said that he is watching the clock. Really what our role is as trustees is governance, is really? As the vice president of the trustee board, I'd like to thank you for your hard work and thank you for allowing us to work with you in the governance of the Peralta Community College District. And I just want to say a few things in the theme of what's been talked about today. In the wall of the African American Museum in Washington, D.C., there is engraved a quote by Maya Angelou. "You are the hope and the dreams of our ancestors." And I just want to let you know that this is a path that you have chosen because it is the path of the people of African descent. You are an African people, and education has always been our hope, our dream, and our path. Now, we've been hearing a lot about Donald Trump and emancipation, but I just want to remind everyone that we fought this fight before, and we won. In 1963, now I'm going to tell you, I'm from Texas, so the history of Emancipation Proclamation is the history of my grandfather, my father, and my people before that. So in 1963, when the Emancipation Proclamation was signed, we know that it got, that's why we got Juneteenth. It got to California and Texas late. Somehow the mail was 2 years late. But when the Emancipation Proclamation was signed, the next year, the U.S. Army went in and began the first freedmen's schools. It was called the Freedmen's Bureau. We went to school as soon as we were no longer in servitude, we went to school. So this is our path. And then in 1976, now this is the same state that we had Jim Crow, that we had lynching of people to read. That is where the lawsuit Plyer v. Doe was argued. Now, if anyone doesn't know Plyer v. Doe, it's when a Mexican-American family brought a lawsuit because they wanted to be able to go to school. Now, let me tell you, the first public schools were in 1864 after we won the Emancipation Proclamation. 100 years later, because of the groundwork set by African Americans, people, regardless of immigration status, had a right to go to public school. This is your path. School is what you've been fighting for, so keep on your path. The 13th Amendment of the Constitution abolishes slavery. The 14th Amendment gives people the right of citizenship. That was something won by African Americans, but you brought people with you. The arguments regarding the 13th Amendment question whether people of Asian descent and people of Mexican descent can be citizens. Because the African people stepped up and fought for their rights, you brought along everybody else that immigrates or is born in this country. This is your path. This is where you are supposed to be. Don't let anybody tell you different. This is your path. And the 15th Amendment, which establishes the right to vote, that was won through the efforts of African Americans, and you brought that to the rest of the country. You have liberated this country from ignorance. You have liberated this country from bias, and we are on a path to continue doing so. So this degree that you got today links you with your ancestors, links you with everyone who has ever fought for their own self-determination. So you are the hopes and the dreams of your ancestors. And something my father told me, whose father was born to a man who was a slave. All of them got themselves educated. My father told me the smartest thing, the blackest thing you could be is smart. So I'm here to pass that message on, and I'm here to tell you the blackest thing you can be is resilient. The blackest thing you can be is persistent. And the blackest thing you can be is what you are, a smart graduate of the class of 2017.
Can somebody say, wow? Thank you, Trustee Brown. Listen, there's a whole bunch of people I need to thank, and I'm going to forget somebody. So let me just say it one time. Thank you. Miss Butler, she's going to introduce our student speaker.
Good morning, graduates. Woo! You did it. You did it. We are so proud of you. I'm here this morning to introduce our student speaker, Miss Vivian Allen. She is a graduate from Berkeley City College. I first met Vivian as part of the revitalized Black Student Union at Berkeley City College. Thank you, Victor Flint. She went from being a beautiful black face in a sea of African American students excited about our Black Student Union to becoming the president of the Black Student Union. She went from being the Black Student Union president to being the Associated Students president of Berkeley City College. And now she is a graduate of Berkeley City College with an AAT in sociology. That's right. She will be transferring to UCLA. Woo! Majoring in African American studies, making her ancestors proud to continue, with a minor in sociology. It's my honor to present Miss Vivian Allen.
Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Although it might be afternoon by this time, right? How y'all doing? Good. Y'all look so beautiful. Can I tell y'all that? You take some selfies today? You got yours, okay? Take some pictures with your family because y'all look so beautiful. Can I get a little test? Where is Berkeley City College at? Okay. Where is College of Alameda at? Where is Laney College at? Okay. Where is Merritt College at? That's real good. Y'all are proud of yourselves, and that's how it's supposed to be. This is our African American graduation. I want to welcome all of our family and friends surrounding us, as well as our administrators, faculty, staff, and board of trustees here. But most importantly to you all, congratulations to the graduating class of 2017. So our theme today, right, is talking about the strength and unity. Is that right? Right. So this is a testament to that there is strength in this community, that we're here and there's standing room only in this space. There are so many people here who have supported you to get to this place where you're moving up and out, right? So I'm going to talk a little bit about that today. There's a proverb originating in Ghana, right? Sankofa? Who knows about it? Come on. It says, "It is not wrong to go back for that which you have forgotten." I'm going to say it one more time. It is not wrong to go back for that which you have forgotten. Ashe, that's right. So I think, the world we live in today makes it real easy to forget the greatness with which we come from, right? There's so many things going on in this world right now that make us forget this, right? That this is possible. Hold this up right now. Hold this up. That this is real, okay? So that proverb and that saying, that comes from our people, right? And so we, as all these other amazing speakers have said, we are the pioneers of what this means to get an education. And that's outside of the boundaries of an institution, right? We know that, right? We know that that extends far beyond being enslaved, right? That our history did not begin there. Raise your hand if you know that's not the truth. Right. So I want to tell y'all about what Ramona was speaking on, my experience at Berkeley City College with the BSU. As she said, I started out, it was really just a room of like 5 people when I joined, and like she said, it was recently revitalized. And we were in this giant conference room. If you're familiar with BCC, there's a conference room on the 4th floor that is twofold, and it's just very large. So it's just 5 people in this room. We're working on getting things prepared for Black History Month, right? And I'm ready to jump in and use my skill set to support however I can, right? Fast forward, move through time. There's this girl, her name is Brianna Bowers, right? She's the vice president at the time. And also, just amidst, in terms of context of my life when I joined the BSU, is that I had just started at Berkeley City College, so I didn't have that drive that we all have that got us here, right? Sometimes when you first start out at things, it takes a little bit of time to get elevated to the level that you need to be at to succeed. And I was a little bit lost. And I was looking at Bree, and she was doing the thing, and she was really leading by example, right? And so she sat down with me one day, and she said, you know, when I first started at BCC, I didn't know what I wanted to do either. I changed my major a few times, and it's okay. It's okay, right? I needed to hear that at that time, because if someone like Bree, who held all those amazing leadership positions, was lost at one point in her time, in her college career, I knew that I could get there, right? How many of y'all feel what I'm saying right now? Come on. There was someone in your life that told you it's okay. It's okay, and it's going to be okay, right? And then you stepped up to that plate, and you said, this is what I gotta do, right? I'm watching, and I'm seeing what these other folks are doing. Let me follow them around. Let me hang out with them and understand what it takes to get to this place. And so that's what I did. Just as Ramona stated, I ended up becoming the president of the Black Student Union. Come on, y'all. I know for a fact that that is my ancestors' wildest dreams, right? Because it was an honor. It was an honor to serve in that position. But another story that I want to tell you all in that same vein is that there was a member that joined while I was serving as the president of the Black Student Union who shared a very, very, very heartfelt testimony with me about his time in the BSU, right? He said, if it weren't for the BSU, I would not be here right now. Okay? In this life, his choice to leave and his choice to stay were impacted by his community and the strength in that BSU and the strength at BCC and the strength within the Peralta Community College District, right? He said, if I didn't join this club, I would have committed suicide. But he is here today. He is here today because of his community. Because of us all right here, because he was able to witness the greatness of all of you in this room and know that there was better for him. Who said it? Who said it? Y'all know what I'm talking about. They said, you have not earned the right to quit, right? That's right, Fannie Lou Hamer. He hadn't earned that right yet, right? He couldn't just step out. He couldn't just do that. And now when I tell y'all, that same member now serves as the Black Student Union president. Come on. If that's not first circle, I don't know what is. So that's the strength that we hold in the Black community. We transform lives. We impact people with our stories and our survival. Really, think about that. Our survival. There's so many folks up here who talked about things that we've gone through in our past as a people, right? But we are here and we are thriving, right? Congratulations. Congratulations to you all. So what I want to charge you all with is that this is a collective, right? Within the Peralta Community College District, as community college students, there's a huge stigma, right? Where like, this doesn't mean anything, right? It doesn't mean anything until you do blank, until you start making a certain amount of money, or until you go to a certain prestigious university. Again, hold this up. Tell them, okay? This means everything, right? Because the foundation that you have as students will carry you that much farther than someone who hasn't learned these lessons. You all have learned how to commune with each other and network and engage and get that much farther. Look, if you weren't in this room, you wouldn't have the opportunity to be at this right, getting these scholarships, or with this man who offered us this amazing opportunity to get paid a lot of money, right? So there is intention. There's intention there. And it's divine that you all are here, and it is divine that we all survived this community college experience together as one. You're sitting next to the folks who helped get you through. You're sitting in front of the folks that helped get you through. You're sitting behind the folks that helped get you through, right? Okay, so you have a collective responsibility to each other to keep going. After this moment, no matter what it is that you're doing, I want you to hit the ground running, okay? Can you do that for me? Okay? If you ever doubt yourself, or your journey, or your next move, remember this strength in unity, okay? Thank you.